Okay, in this video, I want to kind of backtrack just a little bit. And I know in the last video, we had done the tracking and we pretty much completed that whole thing. What I want to show you this time around is a scenario where maybe as the project marched on, in other words, as time marched on, in other words, the project had started and things were happening, tasks were being completed and all that. And let's just say that it turns out that a lot of the tasks that should have been completed or should have at least been started or completed by a certain point in time have not. Okay, so here's our scenario. This project is ranging from basically from June 5th through February 10th. And as the days have marched on from that point, in this particular scenario, this task got done, this one got done, but this one didn't. This one did, this one did, this one didn't. You can see by the little check mark in there in the completion bar that you see over here. So let's just say that's been going on and on and on, and eventually now we're at a certain point in time. Let's say we're at 9/11, okay, of this year. That's where we're at right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the program think that it's 9/11. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into project, go to project information, and tell it that the current date is going to now be 9/11. So we're going to go up to September. So September 11th, which is a Wednesday. There we go. I hit OK. All right. So you can see if I get over to the date bar or the date line there, you can kind of see that line going down there. All right. So that's where we're at right now. All right. So what we need to do, and so now we want to be able to see what those what tasks they are that are here that have not been started. Okay, and they've been kind of like left behind for some reason. Okay, I mean, this would be a bad situation, but anyway, how would you be able to pick those out real quickly? I mean, you can see it obviously with the fact that we've got the no check mark in there, but there are tasks that didn't need to get started yet because they're ahead of this 9/11 start date, right? So how would we be able to pick them off? So about 3 ways we can do it. First way, we can go over to Format, just like that, and click on to Late Tasks, like that. And what will happen is in the Gantt bar area, you'll see how the Gantt bar is actually turned gray. Now there's really no other indicator other than the fact that there's no check mark on there. And you'll see how we have that. Now when we get up to about 9/11, all right, you'll still see the ones in gray, all right? Oh, okay, so up to 9/11 you'll see the gray. Now you'll see the rest of these that are beyond 9/11, like this one here, that's not gray because it isn't really scheduled to start yet and thus get completed. So we can go ahead and turn that off if we want to go maybe with a different one. The other one would be if we go over to View and we go over here to Highlight, I can click on a highlight and it can tell me, in this case, where I've got my late tasks. I'll see that there, see? And you'll see when we get past 9/11, they're not like that, see? All right. So not bad. Now, another one we can do as well is to have it filter out and filter only down to those that are late. All right. So in that case, you can go here to filter. Let me do this first. Let me turn off the highlight here. So no highlight. And on the filter, you can say I just want to see my late tasks. See? And that will do the same thing. There we go. And you'll see the ones that are beyond, basically 9/11, they're not going to be, they're not even displayed because they're hidden. Those rows are hidden, as you can kind of see from the task numbers there. The only thing I don't like about this one is that it hides all the ones that you might be wanting to get in there and play with, maybe, right? Because you're not going to see anything else other than the late ones, right? So I'm going to go back and take that and say no filter, goes back to square one. So I think overall, probably the best way to go with it would be to say I want to see a highlight. And you can go over here and you can go find your late tasks. So that's a highlight there. And then what we can do is we can go back to format and say late tasks, see? So that way they not only have the yellow indicator, right, but they also have the, you know, pretty obvious indicator of being gray out there on the Gantt chart area. All right, so hopefully this comes in handy for all of you. I appreciate you watching the video. Take care.